San Juan, the hub of Puerto Rico. When we first landed, it was hard for us to notice that just a few short months ago a hurricane had ripped through the island. But this was quickly remedied as we drove away from the airport and tourist areas, and we began to see the fruit of the storm's labor. Many roofs missing or damaged, houses and businesses, and various points of disrepair. But ultimately, from the highway, what we could see, things were getting back to normal. Then we came to the place where the rubber met the road.
Here comes another truck. Who's not going to let him out?
He's going to take advantage of it?
Oh, he's going the other way. Good.
A traffic light in a major intersection was completely gone, and no police around to help maintain the peace as frustrated drivers forced their way through the gridlock. Once we made it through, our contact on the ground, Robert Young, took us to see Puerto Rico Christian School, where we were slated to bring a missions team later this summer. What was amazing as we met some of the kids and teachers was their warmth and hospitality. Many of the teachers and students that we met lived farther away from the city center and had just gotten power a few days before we arrived, or were still even without power. When we finished touring the school, we drove back to Robert's home and had a chance to see what effect the storm had had on the neighborhoods and what work still had to be done. Fallen trees, peeled paint, and damaged homes were a common sight. But despite all of these things, life was moving along. Though the storm had left a lot of damage, the next day I got up early to go down to the bay to get some sunrise shots. What I found was not what I expected. A beach littered with trash and debris from where there had been trash piles there after the hurricane. A beautiful beach, now just a mess. After I made my way back to Robert's house, he took us to see the old city of San Juan, where everything began on the island. And it didn't disappoint. Beautiful buildings and a great view of the ocean. On our final day before we left for the airport, we had the opportunity to go to the local church, giving us another opportunity to see the people who weren't going to let a hurricane stop them. As our trip ended and we took to the skies, I couldn't help but think about the resilient people who lived on this tiny speck of land in the ocean. How they will continue to weather the storms that life sends them. And with our help, they will continue to be people of hope as they come out of the storm and start a fresh life.